Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on There's Something Wrong with the Children, a horror movie that's about children turning into evil demons. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 10 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So this family goes on a hike in the woods, and they found this strange cave, and then it's like the cave is whispering to the kids. The parents don't notice, and they leave, and the next morning they get up and the kids are gone, and the husband tracks them down back to the cave, and just as he goes to say, hey, what are you guys doing here, the kids jump into the hole, this ridiculously deep hole. And then he comes back home, and they're there. Right? So they're fine, creepily enough, but they're not fine. Something has possessed them or replaced them, and now they're killing everybody. They're sort of toying with people. This kind of stuff happens. I think they're smashing bugs or little animals. I don't know. This spooky. Yeah, I mean, it reminds me a little bit of Village of the Damned, because of the kids. The kid angle is very similar in that. It looks all right. I mean, it's a horror movie. It's coming out mid-January, January 17th. I think people with kids probably would find it hard to watch, but it's really not aimed at kids. It would be aimed at more of a teenage crowd, right? More of the crowd that would identify with the kids going after their parents, kind of thing. Kinda, a little bit. Not saying that it's meant to do that, but like, if you're a little hellion and you see this, you're kind of like, stick it to the parents. Written by T.J. Simful and Dave White, directed by Roxanne Benjamin. Oh, good on you for making the credits this way so I could still read them, even though YouTube's ridiculous stuff all around it. So yeah, it looks fine. I don't recognize any of the cast. I think it said Bloomhouse at the beginning of this thing. It looks fine. I mean, it's going to be a scary movie where the kids kill everybody. And let's break it down. So first act, the parents and the kids, they're on vacation, wherever the hell they are. And, let's go on a hike. And so they go on a hike, and they see, it's an hour and 32 minutes. There it is right there on the upper right-hand corner underneath my picture. And they got a synopsis there. Let me read that. We'll get back to that. Okay. So, before I read the synopsis. First act, they're on vacation, everything's copacetic, they go on this hike, they discover a weird cave. The kids look down the hole, they don't fall in or anything, but it's clear like it's speaking to them, and maybe you hear like whispering on the soundtrack or whatever. The end of the first act, the parents wake up, the kids are gone. They freak out, they're looking for the kids, the parents fight with each other, they go out in the woods, they can't find them anywhere. They're calling the cops. The one husband by himself goes back to the cave, sees them jump in the hole. He comes back. Oh my God, the kids are dead. And then just before he tells somebody, the kids show up, and he's like, "What?" And then everybody's like, "Oh, you saved the kids. Good going." And he's like, "No, I didn't save the kids. What the hell's going on?" And of course, nobody believes them and nobody cares because the kids are back. And at first, they're kind of normal, but a little off. And then slowly, during the course of the second act, they slowly get creepier and creepier, start doing creepier things. Then one of the parents dies or gets horribly injured. The cops come, they shoo them away. But after one of the parents gets injured or killed, then it's like, wait a minute, there's something very wrong with the children. Now he's arguing with his wife. The kids are messed. They're not our kids. Something's wrong here. And then by the end of the second act, they realize, oh my God, they're not our kids, or they're possessed in some way, and we have to unpossess them. And then the third act is about them fighting the kids and then coming up with a solution where they can't. I don't think they'll kill them. I think that would be too much. They wouldn't kill children in a movie. Although these days in Hollywood, I don't think they do though, because they actually have child actors playing the kids. So I think probably the end result is they come up with some. They figure out what the crazy mind is, and then come up with something to drive their evil spirits out of them, and then save the kids. That would be my guess. But Hollywood is very broken, so maybe not. It is an independent kind of film. So here's the synopsis under my picture. When Margaret and Ben take a weekend trip with longtime friends, see, weekend trip, Ellie and Thomas, their two young children, So is it each couple has a child, or the other couple has both child? It's unclear. Ben begins to suspect something supernatural is occurring when the kids behave strangely after disappearing in the woods overnight. Okay, so yeah, that's a good synopsis. Doesn't give it away. So, yeah, supernatural something. I think they figure it out and save the kids. That would be the normal ending for a movie like this. You know, to kill the kids, that would be like the 1970s. You might have seen that. Like some movie made in England, some horror movie made in England, low budget. Oh, they just kill the kids at the end. But no, this, I don't think so. It looks well done. It's kind of creepy. You know, they've got the old "Ring Around the Rosie," you know, that song they play. They've made it very creepy now. The kid actors are pretty good. Pretty good. They're doing a good job being like little creepy kids. So yeah, the whole cast looks pretty good. So it's got a kind of a stranger's vibe, Stranger Things vibe, a little bit. Way it's lit, the costuming, the logo. I think that was part of it. You know, they're going for that vibe to try to get that crowd. Not that it takes place in the 80s or really has anything to do with that, but it's sort of in that wheelhouse. You could see the characters in Stranger Things finding a strange mine, and it causes possession or whatever. So yeah, this is a cool scene right there. He jumps, he's washing his face. Oh my God, the kids are dead, and then like maybe they're not his kids. Maybe one of them's not his kid. They may both belong to the other couple. I don't know. But here they are arguing. And, yeah, would I see it? The kids are really... I think the kids are really good actors, actually. They're a little bit scary. They're kind of scaring me. So when you see something like this, you know, they hobble one of the parents and then, like, lord over them. And give them this look. That's pretty scary. And they're old enough that they can, you know, they can act a little more. They're not real little kids. They're probably older teenagers that look younger and are more petite. That's usually what they go for, because there's all sorts of laws with regards to, you know, child labor laws with young actors. On digital and on demand, January 17th. You note the lettering. There's something wrong with the children. That is the same. That looks like the same font as Stranger Things, doesn't it? And that backlighting, except the backlighting on Stranger Things would be red, and here it's green. So, I think that's what they're going for. It's not a bad move, you know. It's not a bad move for low budget horror. What essentially is a low budget horror. I mean, by Hollywood standards, I'm sure it costs a few mil. I'm sure it costs like $4 or $5 mil to do this thing. It's not that cheap, but it looks good. I think you got a decent cast here. Would I see it? Maybe. I don't know. If I was up for a horror movie mid-January, though, I don't know. I definitely wouldn't go to the theater for it. I might rent it. If I hear it, if everybody told me, hey, that's really good, you ought to see it. It's really creepy. Maybe. I might look at it on something like a Netflix or whatever. I wouldn't stampede to go see it just yet, but I think it'll be okay. And that's it for me, Tony D. and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. Christmas is coming up this weekend. I hope you're ready. For me, I'm baking everybody cookies this year. That's what I'm doing. I used to do that for like this relative or that relative, and this year I just said, screw it. I'm just baking everybody cookies. I was supposed to do it I guess it was last year, and things got screwed up for, but now I'm Mr. Cookie. I'm Mr. Cookie this year. So that's it. More videos later. We'll see you in the next one.